Claude Code is powerful. There's no denying that. Anthropic's Opus 4.5 model is one of the best coding AI models available today. But here's what nobody talks about. If you're a serious developer using it heavily, you're not paying $20 a month. You're looking at a $200 monthly subscription just to have I write your React components and debug your code. That's $2,000 a year. Here's what changed everything for me. You can get 90% of Claude Code's capabilities, the terminal integration, the file editing, the tool execution for exactly $0. No API keys required, no token limits to worry about, and your code never leaves your machine. 2026 is shaping up to be the year of open source AI models, and what I'm about to show you is just the beginning. Today, I'm showing you the complete setup to replace Anthropic's cloud backend with powerful local models. Using Ollama and some smart configuration, we're building a free Claude Code alternative that runs entirely on your computer. Is it as intelligent as Opus 4.5? Probably not for every task, but you can get the majority of your development work done with these models, and I'm going to prove it. Let's break this down. First, let me explain exactly how this works. When you sign up for Claude Code's Pro or Max plans, you're accessing Anthropic's infrastructure. Your prompts go to their servers, they process them using models like Opus 4.5 or Opus 4.1 and send results back to you. That infrastructure, those premium models, that's what you're paying for. The Max 20x plan at $200 per month gives you between 200 and 800 prompts every 5 hours, but those limits add up fast when you're coding all day. What we're doing today is completely different. We're going fully open source. Instead of Anthropic's cloud infrastructure, we're running everything on your local machine. Instead of proprietary models, we're using powerful open source alternatives like Qwen 2.5 Coder, DeepSeek Coder v2, and CodeGemma. These models are specifically trained for coding tasks and they deliver impressive results. The trade-off is that you need decent hardware. You'll want at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, 12 gigabytes of free storage, and ideally 4 CPU cores. But if you have that, you get unlimited usage with zero monthly costs and complete data privacy. All right, let's get into the actual setup. Step 1. Head over to Ollama.com. Ollama is the tool that lets us run these open source models locally while keeping everything private and secure. Click the download button and grab the Windows installer. I'm on Windows, but this also works on Mac and Linux. Once installed, you'll see Ollama in your system tray. Now let's look at the models we can use. Click on Models in the Ollama interface or go to ollama.com/library. Sort by popular to see the top performing models. For this tutorial, I've already downloaded Qwen 2.5 Coder because it's consistently impressed me with its code quality. Let me show you how Ollama works before we connect it to Claude Code. Open PowerShell or command prompt and type Ollama list. This shows all the models you've downloaded locally. As you can see, I have Qwen 2.5 Coder installed at around 5 gigabytes. You can chat directly with any model by typing Ollama run followed by the model name. I'll type Ollama run Qwen 2.5 Coder. Let me ask it a quick question. Write a Python function to validate email addresses. And there we go. It's generating a complete function with regex validation and error handling. This confirms the model is working locally on my machine. Step 2 is installing Claude Code itself. Claude Code is the command line interface that gives us the terminal agent experience, file editing, and tool execution. In PowerShell, run this command. Make sure you're running PowerShell as administrator for the installation to work properly. The installation takes about 30 seconds. Once complete, verify it worked by typing Claude version. You should see a version number confirming Claude Code is installed. Now here's where it gets interesting. If I just type Claude right now, it would try to connect to Anthropic's servers and ask for an API key. We need to tell Claude Code to use our local Ollama server instead. This is done with 2 environment variables. First, we set Anthropic base URL to point at localhost, which is where Ollama runs by default. In PowerShell, type this. Second, Claude Code expects an authentication token, so we give it a dummy value. Type this token value. It doesn't matter what this value is since Ollama ignores it. We just need something there to prevent errors. Perfect. Now we're ready to run Claude Code with our local model. Navigate to whichever directory you want to work in. I'm going to navigate to my projects folder using CD. Now type Claude model Qwen 2.5 coder. And there we go, Claude Code is now running and it's using the local Qwen model instead of Anthropic's servers. This is a massive win for privacy and cost savings. Let's put this to the test with a real development task. I'm going to ask it to create a TypeScript Express REST API with authentication. Here's my prompt. Build a node, JS Express REST API with authentication, user registration and login endpoints, MongoDB integration using Mongoose, input validation with Zod, proper error handling middleware. Let's see what happens. The model is processing this locally on my machine right now. While that's running, let me show you what we've created here. We have a complete REST API with authentication, properly structured with separation of concerns, validation on all inputs, error handling throughout, and ready for MongoDB connection. The dependencies are installed, and I could start this server right now with npm run dev. This is a fully functional API backend, generated in under 2 minutes using a free local model. Now let's talk about when you should use this local setup versus paying for Claude Code. Use local models when you're building standard web applications, working with common frameworks, doing routine debugging and refactoring, or working on personal projects without budget. The open source models excel at these tasks. Consider paying for Claude Code when you need the absolute best performance on extremely complex architecture decisions, when you're refactoring massive legacy code bases, when you need enterprise support and uptime guarantees, or when your company requires vendor support contracts. For most developers doing day-to-day work, the free local setup handles 90% of what you need. Here's a pro tip. You can switch between different models anytime. If Qwen isn't performing well on a specific task, just exit Claude Code and restart it with Claude Model DeepSeek or Claude Model CodeGemma. Each model has different strengths, and you can experiment to find what works best for your workflow. To wrap this up, we've just built a free Claude Code alternative running entirely on your local machine. You're saving $2,000 per year compared to the max plan. Your code stays private and never touches external servers. You have unlimited usage with no rate limits or token anxiety. And you're using cutting-edge open source models that rival commercial alternatives for most coding tasks. If you're a developer, this is absolutely worth setting up. Make sure to subscribe for more AI automation and development tutorials. Drop a comment if you have questions about the setup or want to share which models work best for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.